Let's now look at Dreamweaver. When you open up Dreamweaver, you'll be presented with a dialog box like so. Now there's three ways and views in working in Dreamweaver. There's a coder view for those who are focusing more on the programming side, there's a designer view for those who are focusing on the design side of things, and then there's a dual, so whoever wants best of both worlds. What I want you to do is select by clicking HTML, and this will create a new HTML document like so. And what you want to do is go to select window, go to workspace layout. You can see you've got designer, you've got coder, designer and dual screen. Select coder will then switch your windows around to look like the coder, and it gives you basically more control over your tag inspectors, application and CSS. I'm just going to switch that back and I'm going to go to designer. This will now give you tools which focus more on design, and we can then have dual screen, which basically gives you a lot more floating panels. As you can see, I'm going to go back from there and I'm going to leave it on designer. On the Mac it's differently, I think, if I can remember. On the Mac you'll probably be seeing and viewing the same sort that I'm viewing here. If you haven't, just ensure you go to window and switch on these elements here: tag inspector, files, application and CSS. Okay, so let's begin. What we can do is, I'm in the design tab here, so we've basically got a properties panel like we have in most applications. We can click that tab and that opens and collapses the menu. We can do that again, so it docks away our options there. And we then have, inside our properties panel, we have our tools which may look familiar. So we have bold, italic, underline, all to do with text. And we've got this page properties tab, which I'll come back to in a second. We've then got linking from folders, which is really cool, and then we've got our files from our desktop and FTP and RDS servers. We've also got up here primarily concerned with the common tools, primarily concerned with kind of tables, layouts, images and media to embed things really quickly. It's kind of like shortcut tabs, if you like. We've then got layout, so everything concerned with layout in tables and all that kind of stuff, cells and columns. And we've got forms if you wanted to develop forms, and data, which deals with data types, and Spry, which I'll come back to in a second, and text and favorites as well. We can right click and customize our favorite objects here, and this is all to do in our design panel. If I click back to common is probably the one that we'll use most, and layout and forms, which are probably the ones that we'll use most. We can also do this cool thing here, which is split. Split basically is a really cool way, and it shows the HTML markup language. So if I make a change at the bottom, you'll see the code automatically being generated for us in HTML above. This is a really cool way. If what we can do in later tutorials, you'll see me click code, so I basically want to go back into my code and just change things manually, and then if I do split, it will be changed through the design of the site that we can visually see at the bottom of the page, like so. So basically we've got a few options, and we've got the three tabs which are really important, and ensure that you're in the design mode, and we'll continue to build up a website in Dreamweaver.